I am never getting married until my father passes away because I don't want him to collect my bride price. I would rather remain single for the rest of my life than to watch my father enjoy my bride price. Those were the words of my friend Mariam. She didn't just say them in anger. As a matter of fact, she said them in a very calm manner, like someone who had long accepted her fate. Her voice was steady, but her eyes, those eyes held the weight of years of pain, abandonment, and betrayal. Mariam's story isn't just one of personal suffering. It's a mirror reflecting the dark side of parenthood, when those meant to love and protect their children become nothing more than distant shadows. A father who forgot he had a daughter. Mariam lost her mother when she was 5 years old. A few years later, her father got married again and started a new family, leaving Mariam and her siblings behind like an old memory. She wasn't given a choice. A woman from a different tribe adopted her. For more than 10 years, that woman became the closest thing to a mother she ever knew. But her father, he lived only an hour away. He could have come to see her. He could have checked in on her, asked about her school, her health, her dreams, but he didn't show up. For him, Mariam and her siblings were nothing but just ghosts, invincible until Christmas or whenever he needed their help. He never asked how they were surviving, never cared if they had food to eat, a roof over their head, or if they were safe, if they were selling their body to make ends meet. It didn't bother him as long as they sent him money whenever he needed it. He was just fine. Mariam grew up bouncing from one home to another. She struggled through school without support, worked twice as hard as everyone else, and somehow she made it to college by herself. By the time she graduated, her father still didn't know what course she had studied because he had never asked. And now, this same man who had abandoned his children expects to sit at the head of the table when they get married. He expects to receive their bride price, to be honored as a father, to take credit for children he never raised in the first place. That was why Mariam made her decision, and who could blame her? Because of absent parents. Mariam's story is not unique. I have heard countless tales of children growing up feeling unwanted, unloved, and unworthy, all because their parent abandoned them, emotionally or physically. Some were neglected because their parents remarried and prioritized their new families. Others were pressured, compared, insulted, and made to feel like failures simply because they couldn't afford to provide money for their family. Parents who do this don't just destroy their children's future. They create a wound in the society itself. A child who grew up without love becomes an adult who struggles to give love. A child who is made to feel worthless will grow into an adult who either fights the world with anger or drown in self-hate. Some turn into crime, some fall into depression, and some, like Mariam, vow to cut ties forever. And then when these children make it in life, despite all odds, these same parents suddenly return, demanding respect, honor, and financial support. They act like nothing has happened, as if the years of suffering and neglect never existed. But here is the harsh truth. A parent who abandons their child does not deserve their success, the heavy burden of parental pressure. Some parents don't outright abandon their children, but they might as well have. They compare them to their friends, belittle their efforts, and demand more than they can give. Some will be like, look at your mate. They have money, they have houses, they are married, they are doing well, but what do you have? This kind of pressure doesn't just hurt, it kills. It drives young people into depression, pushes them into dangerous shortcuts, and forces them to take risks that could destroy their future. Some of them steal, some scam, some do unspeakable things just to prove their worth to their parents, who will never be satisfied. And when they get caught, when the shame knocks on the door, this same parent will be the first to say, "Oh, I don't know where this child got this habit from. I don't know what I've done to deserve this. I don't know where I've gone wrong." But they do know. They just refuse to admit it. A lesson for everyone. Parents, if you bring a child into this world, be present, not just in name, but in action. Your child needs more than just school fees. They need guidance, love, and reassurance. They need to know that whether they succeed or fail, whether they have money or not, they are still your children. and you will always be there for them, irrespective of what happens. A child should never have to wonder if their father or mother loves them. They should never have to choose between success and their own sanity just to make their parents proud. One last thing, never assume that your child will be there for you just because they share your blood. Respect is not given on a platter of gold. Respect is not given by birthright. It is earned. Mariam made her choice. And if more children start thinking like her, maybe, just maybe, parents will finally learn that being a parent is more than just a title. It's a responsibility. Thank you so much for listening to my podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. My name is Stanley Chooks, aka Advance, aka Pink, the Fine Boy.